Listen, it's quite simple. Press the free like button if you want to see Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the women's title next year. That's all I'm saying. That's the dream match that we need. Wait a minute. I think that Jade Cargill was the first black singles champion in all elite wrestling. So you can't say Tony Khan, man, didn't use her right, man. She was the most perfect booked wrestler he ever booked. Now, what do I think about Jade Cargill leaving all elite wrestling? I'm like 50-50. Look, man, I'm not like most people saying that, yeah, she does fit the WWF. Or yes, she should leave. Right? But listen, I never actually said that I want to see her in the WWF. I never said that. You see, I'm different. I'm not like the typical guy who hates all elite wrestling. I don't want all other top stars leaving. That's not the point. When I want somebody on their roster to leave, it's mostly due to them not being used right. I mean, how can you say Jade Cargill has not been used right? Dude, she has been the most pushed star on that roster for the past 2 to 3 years. So it's like, okay, what more do you want? It's like, what would Triple H do any better with Jade Cargill that Con Man didn't do? Dude, she was undefeated for like 2 years. So it's like, and she was gifted that TBS title. And she was dominant. So how can you say she wasn't used right? It's like, she was Tony Khan's pet project. Once again, she was the most pushed wrestler on that roster. So I can't, look, she's not Powerhouse Hobbs. She's not Wardlow. She's not in that category in terms of, yeah, those two guys should leave to be used better. You see, the only people you should want to leave are the people who are not being utilized correctly to their full potential. Jade Cargill has reached her full potential in all elite wrestling. It's just a matter of, maybe she needs to clean up her ring skills more. But yeah, she will do good and look good in the WWF. Like, obviously, she has a great look. I'm not here to say that, yeah, she fits that system. Yeah, obviously she does, but that's not the point. Hell, she fits everybody's system. If you look at it, that's not the point. My point is, do I want her to leave? No. It's like, okay, what good will that do? It's like, yeah, she might get paid more, but this is not WCW versus the WWF. In terms of, look, I feel like they need her more than NXT. They need her more than Raw and SmackDown. She's not CM junk in terms of, I feel like Raw and SmackDown, they need CM junk, and you are an idiot if you think they don't need him. Bro, who do they have that draws more eyes on SmackDown than a CM junk? Dude, they barely have Roman Reigns, so who the fuck does SmackDown have outside of LA cosplay? You know what I'm saying? See, people don't think. All they think about is Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. They think, oh, if we have them, okay, that means we don't need CM junk. No, bro, that's not how that works. Look, I love Cody Rhodes, right? He's the face of Raw, but that dude needs help. Seth Rollins, like, look, I feel like, man, he is clanking on to that theme song, man. if he don't have that theme song, man, I don't think he will be as over as he is now. Because, man, all that singing, I'm telling you, that shit is going down. I'm not hearing any loud chants as I once did with Seth Freaky Rollins, as I predicted. He's all theme song. That was my point. I wasn't trying to be a hater, but yes, Seth Rollins has been all theme song. Without that theme song, nobody would give a fuck about Seth Freaky Rollins. Raw is built around the Judgment Day. Wouldn't you want to see CM Punk feuding against the Judgment Day? It's like, don't you want to see his ass on Friday? Friday is boring, man. SmackDown is boring as fuck. So how can you say they don't need him? Look, they need him more than Jade Cargill. Because look, where will she fit? It's like, hell, we already have Bianca Belair. There's like tons of women that are actually in her category in terms of her skills and her size and her look. See, with All Elite Wrestling, hell, she stands out like crazy. Like I said, like, this is not WCW. Meaning, Jade Cargill is not replaceable. Let me say that once again. Jade Cargill is not replaceable. But if she was in the WWF, she will be replaceable. Right? Based on Bianca Belair and Miss Lyons. It's like, bro, she is replaceable. That's my point. Look, I don't think she should leave yet. It's like, man, I think she wants to leave. I feel like Tony Khan, man, would pay her, but I think she actually wants to leave. She wants to be on a bigger platform. I think that's what this boils down to. But listen, the reason I said this ain't WCW is because let's say Chris Jericho left. All right. Him leaving, did that really hurt Nitro? No. Because he was a mid-card guy. So him leaving didn't do shit. Didn't hurt. That's my point. Because they already had top guys that were better than Chris Jericho at that time. So him leaving didn't do a dent in Nitro when it comes to their numbers. If you look at the All Elite Wrestling female roster, man, it's boring. It's like, man, they need Jade Cargill. It's like she stands out. I mean, that's a boring ass division. I felt like, man, Toni Storm with her new gimmick, she has been carrying that women's division with her new gimmick. Outside of that, it's a boring ass division, which has been boring since Jade Cargill has left. So let that sink in. It's like, I really don't want the rich to get richer. That's my point. Like, bro, I want some competition. Now, like, obviously, who do I want to see Jade Cargill face? Obviously, I want to see her against Bianca Belair. But you got to book that match at WrestleMania. Not at SummerSlam. That's a WrestleMania match. Possibly a fucking main event. But when she does leave, should she go to NXT? No, I don't think so. This is what she should do. Because look at Brian Pillman Jr. We have yet to see him. Why? Because he is in that PC busting his ass. Trying to work on promos, his ring timing, and everything. They are trying to teach him the WWF way. So I heard that they are not in a rush to put him on TV. which I have no issue with. I'm not in a rush to see Brian Pillman Jr. I want him to be a complete product before I see his ass back on TV. Same with Jade Cargill. I feel like Jade Cargill should be in the PC for at least maybe 2 or 3 months. Then you put her on the main roster. Dude, she does not have to be with NXT. Why? Jade Cargill is a fucking star. Alright, just put her in the PC, train her, teach her the WWF way, then put her on the main roster. So, like I said, she's not Hobbs. She's not Wardlow in terms of if Wardlow left, yes, he should leave. Shit. Hobbs should leave. I feel like, man, they are wasting a good talent. Because, man, I feel like Raw and SmackDown, they need Hobbs. Since Big E, look, man, Big E might retire. So they need their next Big E, which will be Powerhouse Hobbs. There's nobody on Raw or SmackDown that looks like Powerhouse Hobbs, which means he can tap into that niche, which means he will stand out on Raw and SmackDown. Will Jade Cargill stand out? Not really if there is a Bianca Belair or a Miss Lyons or a Tiffany Stratton. So, I don't know. Like I said, she will be great in the WWE, right? She will do great, but that's not the point. All Elite Wrestling needs her more. That division sucks. They need Jade Cargill badly. That's the wild part. So no, like, I don't co-sign, oh, this girl and this guy should leave. No. I only want the underutilized talent to leave. Jade Cargill was not underutilized. It's like, what will Triple H do any better? What, give her another undefeated streak? It's like, is that what we're doing? It's like, bro, she was the Goldberg of all Elite Wrestling, right? Like, the best guy to ever book Goldberg was Eric Bischoff, because that was his creation. Jade Cargill was a creation of Tony Khan, man. So there's a strong possibility Triple H actually might drop the ball on Jade Cargill, because will he see the same vision as a Tony Khan, man? Will this be like Goldberg? Remember when Goldberg first signed with the WWF? Remember? And he was booked like shit because Vince McMahon didn't know how to book him. That's my point. Will Triple H know how to book him? Will Triple H know how to book a Hobbs or a Jade Cargill? Well, Hobbs, yeah. Hobbs is very, very easy to book. But Jade Cargill, will he know what to do with a Jade Cargill? We don't know. So, I don't co-sign, saying top stars leaving all Elite Wrestling. Because look, we need competition on both shows. So, my opinion, man, I want her to stay. At least maybe like two more years, maybe. Because, man, like, she has no replacements on that roster. And it's like, when it comes to all Elite Wrestling, they don't crack 1 million. They're not doing great in ratings. So it's like, why would you want the poor to get poorer? I don't want to see the rich get richer. Not yet. Not when, they don't need it like that. When it comes to the women's division, man, it's deep over there. It's deep on Raw. It's very deep on SmackDown as well. They have a lot of talent that's not being used. So, I think Jade Cargill should stay. But she will leave. I want competition, man. See with Raw and Nitro, it's like everybody was kind of interchangeable in terms of if this guy left, they wouldn't miss a beat. If Jeff Jarrett left, Raw won't miss a beat. That's my point, right? If Bret Hart left, Raw won't miss a beat, which they didn't. That's what I mean by, okay, I don't mind those guys leaving because both shows have similar ratings. Who cares if a Bret Hart leaves? Because hell, they had Stone Cold, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Taker. So who cares? Bret Hart was replaceable. Jade Cargill, she is not replaceable when it comes to that all elite wrestling roster, bruh. Man, she has been mega pushed. It's like, what more do you want? Like I said, look, I think Triple H will drop the ball on Jade Cargill. I'm sorry. Will he see the same vision? Will she be undefeated? Will she be booked like that? I'm not sure. Look, I'm banking on she might be Goldberg light in her first year. I don't think Triple H would know how to book her. Just like how Vince did not know how to book Goldberg in year one. So, yes, Jade Cargill, yes, she will be a star on Raw or a SmackDown. But, listen, man, they need CM Junk more than Jade Cargill. I'm sorry. I feel like they are deep with female talent more than male talent. It's like, bro, if there's marks that are trying to say Chad Gable should beat Gunther, the Angel, that means, bro, Raw ain't deep. Raw ain't deep like that. If Chad Gable should beat him, like what? That means like, damn, man. Who is left on that roster then if there's Chad Gable that might beat him? That makes no sense. That's my point. So, to make a long story short, Jade Cargill, like, don't get twisted. She will be a star with the WWF, but that don't mean she should be there. Like, not yet. She's not Wardlow, man. Wardlow should leave like crazy. Wardlow has been booked like shit. And Hobbs. That's different. Like a Brian Pillman Jr., yes, it was smart that he left. That was smart. Because he was being used. See, you want the people that are talented that are not being used to leave. That's my point. That's it. I'm done.